Good morning and happy Tuesday, everyone. And my camera indicates that this camera is not centered. Thank you. I hate it. Why do they have to implement that, camera line? Why? Now I'm going to be constantly looking at that instead of paying attention to what I'm talking about. Ouch! Happened again. Okay, what the... Okay. I think it worked. Jeepers. I was going to say, happy Tuesday, everyone. Let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. I was pretty much going to say that my low is, it is very hot out right now. Just like yesterday was. Which reminds me, if you are going to be out and about today, be sure to hydrate very much so. As well as put on necessary clothing and sunblock. Dress comfortably. Make sure you stay cool. Again, sunblock. That's the problem with living in upstate New York. We complain about everything. We get everything and we complain about it. We complain it's too cold, so we want it to be warm again. Now it's exactly what we asked for, but we don't want it to be hot anymore, so now we want it to be cool. That's just how it is. There's plenty of ways to stay cool. Again, hydrate regularly and often. Get yourself in the pool if you have access to a pool. Make sure you go to a place where there is plenty of air conditioning. That's always a good idea. Now, what's my high? Actually, other than the heat, my high was that yesterday was a pretty nice day. Again, you could literally look out the window right now and you would think it's a beautiful day outside. And it is. It's just really hot. And my act of kindness is... Actually, when I was out and about yesterday, I did see somebody that I know that was really cool. That's another part of my high. What's my act of kindness? Let's see. Well, I did call my mom. I remember to do that. My mom's worried. My mom's sometimes worried about me, so I gave her a call. But enough about that. Let's get into what I believe is the 20th First Week Feast Hot Ones guess of 2025. I think it's 20. I think we made it to the big 2-0 right now. Let me look at my, I need to look at my own YouTube timeline. When I posted what? Okay, so we could go the 24th, it'd be the 17th. Okay, so yes, this is the 20th First Week Feast Hot Ones guest of 2025. And said guest is... Oh, no way! Oh, no way! That is so... Hold on, I need to look something up. Hold on. Because I do believe if the timing is correct, if it can actually load properly. If the timing is correct, okay, so let me make sure. Okay, never mind. Okay, well, I guess at this point you're like, who is the guest? Seriously, tell us who it is. The guest this week is Owen Wilson. See, you probably couldn't tell what I was trying to do here, but I was looking up how long ago it was since Vince Vaughn was on Hot Ones, because both Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson were co-stars in Wedding Crashers and The Internship, which is not a very good movie. Which I probably shared the story about Wedding Crashers before, but I think it's been a long time since I've said it, so I'll say it again. Wedding Crashers actually holds a very near and dear place in my heart for a multitude of reasons. Full stop, it's the first movie I actually saw Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson in. It was actually my introduction to Rachel McAdams. Yeah, I know Mean Girls came out like a couple years prior, but I didn't really pay attention to Mean Girls. I mean, listen, honestly, at that time, the only person in that movie I recognized was Lindsay Lohan. So when Owen Wilson's character starts falling for Rachel McAdams' character, I'm like, who is that actress? And it was Rachel McAdams. Wedding Crashers is also the very first R-rated movie I ever saw. Yeah. You never forget your first R-rated movie. So I got to see my first R-rated movie. And I might have not been 17 years old when I saw it. Relax, I was 16. Not that much younger. But still, and because I saw Wedding Crashers on one of the movie channels, because that was my only means of seeing it at that time, it was actually the very first movie where I saw some rather, what some people would call unsavory things in a movie. Specifically, well, there really is no way to sugarcoat this. It was the first movie where I actually saw naked breasts in a movie. And funny enough, this would actually be the first time, that actually happened before I ever looked up the P word, I'll say. Okay, but enough about that. So needless to say, Wedding Crashers is near and dear to my heart. I love Vince Vaughn. I love Owen Wilson. It's so cool that Owen Wilson is going to be on Hot Ones. Lightning McQueen. Yeah, he's Lightning McQueen. I mean, listen. There are, a lot of people throughout the years have been kind of on the fence about Owen Wilson. They don't think he's a bad person or anything like that. They just, we're not entirely, people aren't really sure if he's a good actor or not. Personally, I like Owen Wilson. I find his performance is rather charming anytime I see him, on camera. He's very likable. I'm glad that, that's the thing, you see actors like Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson being really raunchy movies when, remember, they're actors. And it's just a movie. It's fiction. It's not meant to really do much outside of entertain you for however long the movie is. In real life, they're actually, one would even call them very wholesome people. And I like that. I'm glad that, actually, is Owen Wilson promoting anything? Hold on a minute. I need to look something up. Anyway, in case you're wondering, I was looking up when Vince Vaughn was on Hot Ones because I thought it would have been an entire year since Vince Vaughn was on, then we get Owen Wilson. It's actually been just almost 11 months. So, definitely shy of a year, but still, the fact we're getting Owen Wilson, that's really cool. Is he promoting anything? I guess. Looks like he's promoting a new series called Stick. Don't really know what, for Apple TV. I guess maybe he's promoting that. Oh, cool. It's going to be on Apple. Okay. It's about golf. It looks like. Interesting. Okay. So I think he's promoting Stick, and by that logic, I'm sure that, actually, when is Stick premiering? Oh. It would appear that it has already premiered. Looks like they gave out 3. Looks like they're doing weekly episodes, I suppose. Okay. So, knowing that, I guess now the only thing you can do is speculate what Sean is going to ask Owen Wilson. I mean, obviously the fact that he's promoting a golf show, I'm sure Sean's going to ask Owen Wilson about golf and like what Owen Wilson had to do to prepare for the role he's in. Or maybe Owen Wilson really is a good golfer, so the role probably came to him naturally. We don't know yet. I'm absolutely positive we'll probably get a question about the fact that since Vince Vaughn was on Hot Ones, if there's any great memories of being on Wedding Crashers. That's something that could happen. It would be a bit of a stretch to see, for Sean to ask about any of the Cars movies. I mean, listen, for all the episodes of Hot Ones that I've seen over the years, when that celebrity is eating the wings of death, there really aren't many questions that are off the table. Whatever Sean Evans feels the need to ask, he'll ask it. He could very well talk about, again, ask Owen Wilson about what the set was like on Wedding Crashers. He could very well ask, what it's like to be the voice of Lightning McQueen. He could not do any of those things. And he could simply talk about maybe the craft, because, you'd be surprised how many Hot Ones episodes I've seen over the years where you wouldn't think they would ever really go into the craft, the acting or singing or whatever it is that the celebrity does. But when they do it, they wind up becoming some of the most informative and, one would even say, educational episodes of Hot Ones. Seriously, listen, I really could make an entire video about why Hot Ones really is such a great show, but it'd be ridiculously long, and I don't think anyone has the patience for that. But yeah, man, Owen Wilson on Hot Ones, I think we're in for a real treat. I don't know how because when Vince Vaughn was on Hot Ones, he actually took those wings in stride. Like, there really wasn't much struggling that Vince Vaughn did when he took on the wings of death. I don't know how Owen Wilson's going to handle it. I mean, I think he should do fine. I definitely don't see a scenario where he's unable to make it. This should be a very interesting episode. Well, I'm glad that Owen Wilson is still, obviously I hope he's still working. He's a celebrity, he's an actor, so I would hope that he's still doing some work. I mean, all the things with Cars aside, because listen, Cars, let's be honest, it's definitely Pixar's weakest franchise. It is. Just about everybody knows that. But, Cars are something that, a lot of people really like. Not just the series, but like Cars in general. I mean, there's literally whole series about, the building and, repairing of cars or purchasing cars or, what's the name of that one auction that takes place every other day that seems like, where like, they're giving away like hundreds of thousands of dollars in like really fancy cars. I forget what it's called, but yeah. So as long as Cars in general are popular, Owen Wilson is probably still going to get work as Lightning McQueen to some capacity. So I'm really glad that he's doing stuff like, I don't know Apple TV, so I've never seen Stick, but it's very clear he's on Hot Ones to promote it. Because I can't really, because actually, the next film he's working on is a film called Runner. And that's coming out in 2020, in like 2026, Rolling Loud. That's coming out in 2026. Actually, what is Rolling Loud about? Okay. Inspired by a true story, overprotective father attempts to model a 13-year-old son by sneaking him to Rolling Loud hip-hop music festival in Miami. Oh shoot, this cast looks really solid. You got The Weeknd, Young Thug, Ty Dolla $ign, Henry Winkler, Christian Kyrie, Matt Rife. Oh dude, like, seriously, I hope. Okay, Rolling Loud scheduled to be released in the United States in 2026. I should probably mark that on my calendar. Ooh. I wonder if when Rolling Loud gets into theaters, I wonder if that's when we'll finally get Matt Rife on the show. Oh, that'd be sick. That'd be so cool. Oh, man. Like, man, the wheels are already turning in my head of like how that's going to go. Huh. Rolling Loud is a hip-hop music festival. Okay. International Hip-Hop Music Festival, which has been held in Asia, North America, South America, Europe, and Australia, established in 2015, one of the biggest festivals in the world, according to Complex, while Billboard called it to be the be-all of hip-hop festivals. So, apparently this is something that if you're a fan of hip-hop, you need to put on your bucket list to go to. Huh. No? It's always possible that I could go. Yeah, let me get famous doing these videos and then I'll go. How about that? Oh, first of all, let me get famous enough. How about we get famous enough to do on Hot Ones and then we can talk about being famous enough to go to something like Rolling Loud. Hey, you never know. Hope you like this video. Like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I'm very humble. This video for all you guys watching Joe Fitting. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. And remember, if you guys want to talk to us, we're here to let know. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.